Hello everybody, welcome to the Steckline Report. Hey, we've got some great news. Great news from our sponsor, American Ag Credit, because we have their year-end figures here in front of us, and I'll tell you about those in just a minute.
My grandfather came across the plains from Missouri in the 1860s and ran a hotel and stage stop here with livery stable, and it's been in the family ever since. We run probably about 100 cows here and 250 over at the other ranch. I'm sure there are other banks we could have dealt with, but they've been so friendly and know what the ups and downs are in the business. American Ag Credit is like a family for us for financial help.
American Ag Credit is reporting the record financial results for 2011, and this makes us feel good. Agriculture is in pretty good hands financially when you see the report like this. Our sixth largest farm credit association shows full year earnings and net interest income reaching record highs, loan quality remaining stable and good. In fact, here's the figures. Net income for American Ag Credit, $180.7 million in 2011, up $99 million from 2010, up $130 million from 2009. The cash dividend that goes back to you farmers who are involved with this American Ag Credit group will be great. Now we're talking about Kansas and Oklahoma here primarily, but we also have other people involved with American Ag Credit too, all the way to to California. But this one looks really good, folks. They're going to return about 1% of the customer's average daily loan balance, and it's the highest dividend that they've paid out in the history of this region. My hat's off to a good year there for the people that are running the show. Credit quality of the loans is great. 95.9% acceptable at the end of December of last year. 95.9. So that means less than 5%, in fact only about 3% of the loans might have a little bit of a problem. Well, Senator Pat Roberts is trying to head off the labor problems that we've got under Secretary of Labor, who wants to change things on the farm for the young kids doing business there. Senator Roberts is co-sponsoring a bill that would prohibit the Secretary of Labor from enacting that proposed rule that we've been talking a lot about here on the Steckline Report. He says we all know running a farm involves a family. So we need the Department of Labor to take a big pill of common sense and back off. This issue is too imperative to the success of farms and ranches all over the country and to one of agriculture's greatest traditions, that quote from Senator Roberts. The bill is called Preserving America's Family Farms Act. It was introduced by John Thune from South Dakota, Moran from Kansas. It'll block the Secretary of Labor from finalizing their rules under the Fair Labor Standards Act that we've talked a lot about. At issue, of course, is the parental exemption in the proposed rule on child labor. The text of the proposed rule is interesting. You need to take a look at that on your internet, if you will. But they've kind of withdrawn a good portion of that, but the threat still remains that the rest of the rule is implemented. Senator Roberts is saying he wants to withdraw the entire rule. He's working with Moran, who's an outspoken opponent of the proposed rule, sending these letters to the Secretary of Labor, urging them to withdraw, and if not, they'll do it on the Hill. Oh, by the way, former Senate Ag Committee Chairman Saxby Chambliss, he remains a member of the committee, by the way, a Republican from Georgia. He told farmers at a meeting in his home state last week to prepare for major cuts in farm programs. He says it's going to be by far the most difficult one to write, and the process is not going to be pretty. That's a quote from Chambliss. Now you hear it from somebody besides Steckline. Probably the worst time in history, he said, to write a farm bill because people think we don't need one. Well, that's right, and we don't. If you can guarantee prices to stay where they are today, Washington, forget about a farm bill. The one you're going to write won't be worth the paper it's written on. Tell them old Larry said that. This is the Steckline Report.